Good evening all, this is Darth Ravager 7 coming to you tonight with another pickup. Amazon shipped these out a little earlier than the October release date. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again to all those who have done so. Let's turn this around and take a look at this new item on the turntable. Thank you again for watching. Had the labeler not had been put on the box, it'll say Ahsoka, Tano, Starship Evolution box set on the box, just a box, and we're going to crack that said box open. And to show you the thank you note from Jazzwares for ordering this, and we're going to get that on out of the box. And fresh out of the shipper box, we have the box itself looking really great. This is the Ahsoka Tano Jedi Starfighters set number 0113 in the Micro Galaxy Squadron series. Here's a look at the box showing some other starfighters going up against some Vulture, or Anakin and her going up against some Vulture droids. The back of the box, light armor class. You got this Delta 7B, I think I said 7-8 in the short starfighter, and you got the Jedi Interceptor and what they do landing gear wise, and S-foils open on the Interceptor there, and just one Ahsoka and one droid there. The droid is actually called R7A7, and gosh, tonight's episode of Ahsoka was great, so we're going to open up this nice set here. Thanks again for watching. I'm an absolute huge fan of this right here versus the blisters being tore off the card back there. Oh, and pause and scan there if you're looking in other markets. Hope that helps someone. You have a nice backdrop of space on the cardboard inset of the blister. Then you have the blister with the Delta B and the Interceptor there, and the blue blister with the figurines on another blister. I love the way this is done. I'm going to put this other stuff back. First off, I'll start with those blisters. So cool that these come in their own blister. A7 is just under the 3/4 of an inch mark. Ahsoka's horns crest the 1 inch mark. 2 points of articulation with Ahsoka, none with the A7. Ahsoka has great paint details. Looks amazing in this short form. Let's take a closer look at A7. The details look impeccable on A7 there. The reflection showing off the details, and paint is not super suckily done. Thankfully, this is getting better as they move forward. And here's Ahsoka and R7 alongside of their counterparts out of the box, and looking super duper awesome. Really do enjoy having both of these in front of me. Wasn't anticipating them coming this early. Let's do some quick measurements here. From front to back, about 3.5. Right at 3 with the S-foils closed. And for the height of that ship, it's just right there about the inch mark. So there's that. And with the S-foils open, that height increases to about 1 3/4 there, guys. So there's those measurements. As for the Delta 7B, we have a grand total of, from nose to tail, just under, it's actually 5 3/4 there. Very freaking long ship. Width from wingtip to wingtip, right about 2.5. Height from top to bottom is going to be 1 1/4 inches. Very awesome, guys. And there's no additional S-foils. The landing gear is there, looks tight. The detailing is just superb. You do got the button to eject A7 out, but like the weathering is there. You got the Republic symbol there on the back of it. That just looks really good tempoed. You got thrusters with blue fire. Don't have any of the other Delta 7Bs out and about. This one in color kind of reminds me of Obi-Wan's, but then you got Ahsoka's designs on it. Looks really super good. And getting back to the Interceptor, it carries over that same design, but through the Interceptor there. You start seeing some Rebel in the signature there. That's pretty kind of cool. Everybody sees stuff a little bit differently. Not the same kind of weathering on this one like the 7B does have, but that precursor tie look is all the same. Awesome looking. I'm gonna try to get the cockpits open on each of these and show that clean detail and interior there. And we'll get Ahsoka in there here in just a moment. And the precursor to the Interceptor is the Delta 7B with its white interior. Could have used a little bit of a wash to kind of get it to pop a little bit more. It's just really bland, and it doesn't have any hooks in it. So when you go to sit Ahsoka in it, she's probably going to flop around in there pretty good. Let's see how A7 does in the little ejector thing here. Fits really good, ain't gonna shake out like my Obi-Wan's R4 likes to flop out whenever I do this. So it's up, down, shake, test, good to go. Let's get Ahsoka inside of the precursor to the Interceptor. And Ahsoka is in there, but as you can see, she just kind of flops around. You can hear her shake and flop, where if you put her in the other one, it's got a little thing between the legs to keep her locked in there steady. Do an A7 eject test by pushing on the bottom, and he comes right up out of there and doesn't come out all too easily, so he's really stuck. Let me see if I can get him out. And as you can see, Ahsoka already fits way better because they got a clip there that spreads the legs ever so slightly, and you got her in there, and she doesn't fail the flop test in this. And when you close the cockpit, she's in there, dude. She's not going to go rattling. I mean, she rattles a little bit, but I mean, she's not like flipping upside down inside of the cockpit there. So there's that test there. And let's see how A7 does here. A7's in on the port side of the ship, and he doesn't flop, as couldn't get Obi-Wan's R4 to do this very test. It failed miserably, and I didn't show that, but I mean, it's just aggravating that R2 will fit Anakin's just fine. R7 for Ahsoka does just fine. The only other downside of this duo set is not having a hyperspace ring that clips in and gives her hyperspace capabilities. I don't think that these guys got a hyperdrive, but you can correct me down in the comments below. And I want to say they just jump off of the destroyers or whatever, or the Republic capital ships, and so on and so forth, go through there and do their thing. But really do like this set. I'm so glad that this shipped out a little earlier. Thanks again to Amazon for shipping so quickly, and they come up quite a bit because we order a lot through them and are always super cool and super nice. And some final thoughts. I highly recommend this set. And now that I've got those out of the thing, I'm going to keep this back in its little shipper thing and kind of keep it nice, since it is an exclusive from Amazon. And I really do highly recommend. I don't think there's another way to get this ship, but you can get this one. It's one of the chases. Wish that chase thing would disappear, because this is stuff that's highly sought after, especially with Ahsoka being on Disney Plus right now. And then that pre-order came out initially and I didn't get it right away, but thanks to Micro Galaxy Squadron on Instagram, I was able to get a hold of this, because I was able to get a thing saying, oh, they were back in stock, and then I go over there, boom, there it was, $24.99, done. So it was a little screwy when it came out. It was like supposed to be at 12 and then at 3. Then I went to that Tuesday night that this was initially released. It was like a weird time, and I didn't get to see it at 7 o'clock at night after 7 hours of waiting. I mean, that was a little bit of a failure to launch kind of moment. But and the chase things, those are the deterrents that I didn't want to get into. Like initially, I've had other deterrents, like with stuff not launching. Biggest one that comes to mind is the San Diego Comic-Con 2006. There was a Nemesis Prime, and that refresh button didn't ever refresh, and I still haven't got that Transformers alternator figure. That's been the pain of that collecting scale there. But these are highly collectible, great models, great for shelf space. I love that they got retractable landing gear. Pop-up feature there, I wish was also incorporated back in on this guy. It doesn't pop out, so it's just like you got to pluck it back out, but it's frictioned in pretty good right there. And retractable landing gear is just always a plus Flight stands would be another thing, especially if it's an exclusive. That would be awesome to be able to display it in its normal environment in a flight pose, like you see on the box. But we'll see what happens with this. These are great price point. This was $24.99, not bad for an exclusive, and I highly recommend, guys. Very good stuff that they're cranking out there. It's a ship-centric line. The figures are an afterthought, but the paint work has gotten better. And I don't see a series number on there since it was an Amazon exclusive. Like the Series 1s were red, Series 2s were blue, Series 3s are green, and Series 4 is yellow. So that's other determining things there to see what series it is, or unless it's exclusive like that. I saw the Death Star 2 pack at Target, and that's enticing me, but I'm going to have to wait a week to try to get a hold of it. Hopefully it'll still be readily available, but that's how it goes. When you don't have the money, then the stuff shows up, and then when you do get the money, it's gone. But therein, I highly recommend this set. Very, very cool, especially with Ahsoka on Disney Plus. And thanks again for watching my channel. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. And thank you again to my subscribers. You guys absolutely rock. Have a great week, and may the force be with you guys always.